Hey everyone, welcome to our video lesson about the main terms in English used in systems development. If you're starting out in the area of systems analysis and development, you've probably heard of terms like algorithm, database, or debugging. These terms may seem complicated at first, but they are like the basic tools of any profession, like a hammer for a construction worker or a pan for a chef. Let's unravel these mysteries together. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the term algorithm. An algorithm is like grandma's cake recipe, a set of step-by-step instructions to solve a problem or perform a specific task. Imagine you want to program a function that adds two numbers. The algorithm would be, first, get the value of the first number, second, get the value of the second number, and finally, add them together. In programming, algorithms are essential to solve problems logically and efficiently, like a map that guides you to your desired destination. The art of a good programmer lies in choosing the most efficient and elegant algorithm for each situation, like a conductor who chooses the best notes to create a beautiful symphony. Remember, a well-written algorithm is the foundation of robust and reliable software, like a strong foundation for a house. The next term is array. An array is a data structure that allows you to store a list of elements, usually of the same type, in a single variable. Think of a box of chocolates where each chocolate has its place. Each element in the array receives an index, as if it were the position of the chocolate in the box, allowing you to access each element individually. Arrays are powerful tools for organizing and manipulating data in your programs, like a well-organized file cabinet that makes it easy to find any information. Mastering the use of arrays is essential for any programmer, as they are present in almost all types of applications. Now, a well-known term, bug. A bug is an error or defect in the code that causes the program to not work correctly. Bugs can range from small problems, like a missing ingredient in a recipe, to big problems, like a cake that sinks in the oven. Debugging is the process of investigating, identifying, and fixing these bugs. It's like being a detective, using clues and logic to find the root of the problem, like Sherlock Holmes solving a mystery. There are several tools and techniques to aid in debugging, and with practice, you will become increasingly efficient at eliminating these errors, like a soccer player who dribbles past obstacles on the field. Let's continue with class. This term is essential in object-oriented programming. A class is like a chocolate mold. We can create a class called product with attributes like name, price, and stock. From this class, we create various products with their own values. Let's talk about code. Code is the language we use to communicate with computers, as if it were our language. Writing code is basically giving commands that the computer must follow, like a conductor directing their orchestra. Through code, we can create from simple programs like a calculator to complex systems that control self-driving cars, spaceships, and much more, as if we were writing the rules of a game. Learning to program is like learning a new language, but instead of talking to people, you'll be talking to machines, as if you were teaching a parrot to talk. So start writing your code and explore the infinite world of programming. The sky's the limit. The next term is compiler. A compiler is a program that translates the code we write in a programming language into machine code, which the computer can understand and execute, like translating a book from one language to another. Think of an interpreter who translates what a person is saying in real time. The compiler does the same, but with code, translating what the programmer wrote into the language the computer understands. Without the compiler would not be able to understand the code we write, and our programs would not work, as if we were trying to read a book in a language we don't understand. The compiler is an essential tool for software development, allowing our ideas and instructions to be transformed into reality for computers. We come to database. A database is a system where we store information in an organized way for quick consultation. Imagine a well-organized bookshelf where each book has its place. Instead of books, we have information about customers, products, and financial transactions. Databases are used almost everywhere these days. Let's talk about debugging. Debugging is the process of finding and fixing errors in code, like a doctor diagnosing and treating a disease. When we identify a bug, We use the debugging process to track down the problem and solve it, just like a detective who follows the clues until they find the culprit. Imagine you are reviewing your code and you realize that a function is not working as expected, like a car that won't start in the morning. There are several tools and techniques to help with debugging, allowing you to execute the code step by step. Inspect variables and find the root cause of the problem, like a mechanic examining each part of the engine. Mastering this art will allow you to create more stable and reliable software, like a craftsman who creates high-quality pieces. Now let's move on to encryption. This term refers to the process of transforming data into a coded format so that only authorized people can access it, like a safe that protects valuable jewelry. Imagine you want to send a secret message to a friend, but you don't want anyone else to be able to read it as if you were speaking in code. Encryption transforms this message into an indecipherable code for those who don't have the decryption key, as if the message were written in hieroglyphics. In an increasingly digital world, encryption is essential to protect our privacy, sensitive data, and ensure secure online transactions, like a bodyguard protecting a celebrity. Finally, we have framework. It's like the foundation of a house. A framework is a set of tools and libraries that help developers build software more efficiently, like a toolkit that makes a carpenter's job easier. Imagine you want to build a house. You could start from scratch, buying every brick, window, and door separately, that is, doing everything manually. Or you could use a framework, which already provides you with a basic structure with walls, ceiling, and floor like a prefabricated plan. Using frameworks can speed up development, reduce the amount of code you need to write, and make your projects more organized and easier to maintain, like a map that guides the traveler on their journey. And so, we come to the end. Today we reviewed important terms for anyone who wants to go deeper into systems development. Algorithm is a set of instructions to solve problems. Array is a list of elements stored together. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.